Hi and welcome back to Oracle Insight for those who are returning, and welcome to those who are new to the channel. Now we are going to do our usual pick a card reading for a yes or no answer to a question that you have. So now is the time to bring that question to mind, and you have three options in front of you, 1, 2 and 3. Take your time, pause if you need to, feel into which of these three options you are feeling the most drawn to. When you have made your decision, skip ahead to the timestamp of that card. You'll find that in the description below, and I shall be waiting there to begin your reading. Hi and welcome to those of you who selected the first group. So firstly, we are going to turn these cards over to get your yes or no answer. That should be this way. So let's turn that around. Okay, a clear yes for me. All three of these cards are pointing to a yes. So that is the answer to your question, group 1. All right, so we're going to turn over these oracle cards to get a better understanding of what might be the situation. Now, I do intend that this reading is going to be a nice quick reading between 5 and 7 minutes. Definitely under the 8-minute mark, so let's see how we go with that. Now, you've got some kind of consciousness here that's running, that is creating some blocks, maybe some fears, consciousness of lack. Now, the fact that it's in reverse is good, because whatever was happening in terms of those repeating patterns, that's now moving out and you're leaving that behind. So that's fantastic. But it looks like you've got to make a decision on something. This back and forth is indicating that there's a decision to be made and you're weighing up the pros and cons of things, but you're a little bit uncertain about how you should move forward with that. I'm actually getting a sense that this might be to do with a relationship. There is a Knight of Cups, and I sense that this is the person who is offering you this cup of emotions. So there's a potential relationship on the horizon that I can see in this pile, group 1. And you're used to being your own boss. You're used to being in charge of things. And it looks like you might be concerned that if you enter into this relationship, you're going to lose your independence, with the 9 of Pentacles here. And so this is where this fear, and it's probably because you've experienced a consciousness of lack before, this sense of not having control over your circumstances, and you're used to having that now. You've developed that ability within yourself, and it looks like you're unwilling to give that up, and you're just afraid that might be the case if you enter into this relationship. And so this is why you're going back and forth, but this is clearly asking you to make a decision. Okay, so let's go ahead and turn these over and see what it's saying. Okay, well, it's saying hummingbird spirit and joy, and you've got here meandering pathway flow. I really get a sense here then that the indication from these cards are that this potential relationship or friendship or interaction, whatever that might be, including a love connection, the potential there is for joy. All right. But it does require that you release some of that rigidity that you've got going with when it comes to your sense of independence. It's not about giving up your independence. It's just being willing to go with the flow and allow the opportunity for something to develop. Then you can make a decision as to whether that is going to benefit you long term or not. I don't see any indication here that it won't, but of course that's for you to decide if and when you go further into that connection. So let's have a look what wisdom of the oracle says. And look, it says milk and honey. Okay, that is another indication here that the potential for whatever this connection might be is showing up as a good one. With milk and honey, we're talking about the good things in life, sweetness, bounty, being able to revel in the pleasures of all that life has to offer you. And with milk and honey, yeah, that's an abundance of emotion there and lots of good things. So group number one, I really do see this first and foremost as a potential love connection. And the cards are indicating that there is a possibility, huge possibility for this to be a wonderful connection. So now the decision and the choice is up to you. That is what we have for you, group one. So all the best. Take care of yourselves. Be safe, be well, and I look forward to connecting with you again. Hi, and welcome to those of you who selected the second card. So I'm going to go ahead and turn these cards over for your yes or no answer. Right, I'm getting a sense it's a no. You've got the Devil here and Seven of Pentacles. I'm getting a sense the Seven of Pentacles is a no. So you've got two cards indicating a no, one indicating a yes. So the answer to your question, group two, is a no. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and turn over the Quantum Oracle cards. Now I do intend that this reading is between the 5 and 7 minute mark, definitely under 8. That's going to allow us to get insight into the situation. So you have conflict and travel. All right, so there seems to be some kind of conflict going on right now. Group number two, it looks like you are contemplating a situation, project, work, responsibility, and you're not quite sure whether you want to continue it. I'm definitely being drawn in by the Seven of Pentacles here, and the fact that he does not look very happy whatsoever when he is looking at those pentacles and he's assessing pros and cons of them. Now you might be feeling that you've been drawn into some kind of responsibility. You're feeling restricted, held back, feeling like you're caught up in something that it's not easy to get out of or be released from. And it might be because there is a conflict right now, whether it's internally or it's with those external to you. But it seems like you've put so much work into this situation, this person, this project, that it's very hard for you to release it and walk away, even if you are seeing that the results right now are not favorable for you. And you've got the travel here. So I get a sense that this is indicating that part of the solution to this is actually removing yourself from the situation. So it could be that you might be too close to things right now and you're going to have to step away in order to be able to clear the energies around it, clear your mind, and then you'll be able to come back to it and reassess it from a clearer mind space with a clearer perspective. If it isn't that, for some of you then it is literally about moving on with this travel card and releasing the ties established with this connection, this situation, and exiting. Okay, let's turn around these sacred forest cards and see what we've got. Passage. Okay, that's another indication of moving on. And miracles. All right, this really does speak to me then that there's more available and open to you if you choose to move away from the situation and move on. This passage here is really indicating that you need to be able to walk through these doors, walk away from this in order for other opportunities to come through to you and for you, because it does look like there are other opportunities available for you. You're going to be supported, okay? But it does require for you to take those steps, that initiative, and walk through this passage. I love all of that sky there and all that colour and potential. And it's even kind of reflecting here too with the rainbow. So that's opportunities abound for you, group two. So the choice is obviously yours. But should you choose to move away from this, it does look like you'll be supported there. Ah, look, all that glitters. Okay, so this really shows me that as much as you're looking at this current situation as being something that's very difficult to let go of because it has all the markers of being something wonderful, You've put in so much work and effort, and you're trying to climb this mountain here and get to the top to achieve that success. This is really showing that potentially what you're looking at is not as beneficial as you believe it to be. And the fact that this is actually showing up under the devil, this is really indicating that there's something in this situation that is not going to yield you what it is that you think it's going to yield you. It doesn't look like you're going to get from it what you believe that it can offer. All right, because it's not as substantial and it's not as solid and secure and real as what you think it might be. So group 2, that is the message that I have for you. Decision time. So group 2, those are the messages that have come through for you today. If you have found this useful, consider liking and subscribing. Take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and I'll connect with you again in another reading. Hi, and welcome to those of you who selected this third group of cards. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn over these tarot cards to give us a yes or no answer. I'm intending that the readings are between 5 and 7 minutes, definitely under the 8-minute marks. Hold me to that. We'll see how we go. All right then, so you've got the Page of Swords, 3 of Cups, Ace of Swords. That's a yes for me. Page of Swords is, I'm actually getting a sense that's a no, but that's a yes and that's a yes. All right, so let's see how this unfolds. Let's turn over the Quantum of the Oracle cards. Okay, you've got consciousness, dark thoughts, so this is the issue, and a potential solution. You've got true love here. All right, so there does seem like there are negative thoughts going on right now. With the Page of Swords and the Ace of Swords, that is indicating lots of mental energy. But with the Ace of Swords, that indicates clarity, that indicates clear decision making, opportunity of knowledge, clear thinking, clarity. So this is a good thing. And it's lovely to see the 3 of Cups here. That's celebration, that's interaction, community, some kind of gathering. But just to show you with the dark thoughts, you can see how there is a maze here. This man is being led by his shadow, the shadow self. And with the true love card in reverse, so this is also about emotions or thought patterns that are not reflecting self-acceptance, self-love, harmony, joy. It's looking at things that are not beneficial, negative, whatever it is that's happening at the moment that's bringing you down a bit. Okay, I'm going to turn over these cards and see what else we've got. Transcending, and you've got success. I love the look of this transcending, the Pegasus, encouraging you to rise above the situation, to rise above the fears, the issues right now. There's something more on offer for you here. And with the success, you're being supported in this as well. Whatever's happening right now, you are certainly being supported. There is success on offer for you, especially with the Ace of Swords here. There's an opportunity of sorts that is being presented to you. And as I said, that could be to do with knowledge, clarity. Let's turn over this Wisdom of the Oracle card and see what it says. Flexible. Are you holding to something in particular, group 3? And in doing so, you are not allowing yourself that flexibility to look at what's possible. The cards aren't really showing me very clearly what the situation might be specifically. So why don't we see if we can get some clarifiers on this? I see the general energies are talking about a need to change your consciousness, thought patterns steered towards things that are more positive. Okay, let's see what's turned over. King of Wands here, and you've got 10 of Wands. So you're feeling burdened about something, and because it's been going on for so long, it's kind of worn you down. And this is why these dark thoughts have come in a lot stronger than what we would like. That you're feeling a lack of self-worth, maybe. King of Wands. Are you feeling burdened by the expectation that others are putting on you to be happy? For some of you, that might be the case. You might be feeling resentful of that. Okay, so get some clarity on the, oh, that's flipped over, let's see. Oh, Seven of Pentacles. Seven of Pentacles. There's something that you've been working really hard at. It's not paying off as you would have liked. You've had an expectation that it should bring something more favorable than what it has done. And you might be under pressure from this King of Wands here. There might be somebody in your sphere that is applying a bit of pressure to the situation. Okay. Oh no, that's way too many. And you've got the Judgment. Group number 3, this really looks like a call for you to make a decision. There is potential here for success and transcending, which is really about you moving above this situation, moving above this level of cloud happening here and over here. Understanding that what you're doing is for something better, it's for something that is going to see you in a better position of success. You're supported in this success. And with the Judgment as well. This situation here in some way is going to have some effect in you moving forward in something. But the call is being sounded. With the Judgment call here, it's really asking you to address that issue. Do the work, look at the factors involved, consider it carefully. Don't be stuck in old patterns that keep you in the same place and do not allow you to move. So you want to be graceful in this situation, just like this person here on that flexible card. Because if you can do that, you are going to take yourself to better opportunities, because if you've got success here, it looks as if there does need a slicing away of the things that are not serving you, just like how this Page of Swords is facing the dark thoughts. Oh, actually, look, there's a symbolism here. You've got 2 swords on the edge over here. This Page of Swords is facing towards dark thoughts and is dealing to the dark thoughts with that sword. And then you have, on the other side, you've got this Ace of Swords. And it's dealing to this true love in reverse. So there is a truth that needs to be recognized, that needs to be embraced. In terms of these emotions and thoughts that are not serving you, it's time to stand in your power and acknowledge that that's not serving you, because you've got places to go and things to do and successes to be claimed. Because that is beckoning you, these things here, higher ground, better opportunities and success, it's time to move away from these energies, Group 3. Okay, bit of tough talk, but those are the messages that are showing up here. And even with those 3 of Cups, you know, looking at it now, this is about celebration. That's what we want for you. Full stop. Let's focus on what we can do in order to generate that sense of joy and celebration, being able to share in that as well. All right, then Group 3, those are the messages that have come through for you today. If you have found this helpful, consider liking and subscribing. So take care of yourselves, be safe, be well, and I'll connect with you again in another reading.